Today's video will be mind-blowing if you know something about manifestation. Recently, I have been reading Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, and I found out something very interesting. The similarities between Neville Goddard and Dr. Joe Dispenza are that both talk about changing the inner world. Their focus is to change the present identity that is causing all the pain and failures in our lives. While Neville Goddard talks about the law of assumption and feeling the state of a wish fulfilled, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks more in terms of frequency, heart coherence, and similar stuff. But before some of the people start lashing out in the comment section by saying there is no frequency or stuff, I would like to say that by observing and listening to both of these teachers, I found that it boils down to one thing only, and that is your state of being. Dr. Joe Dispenza's work is primarily concerned with health issues. If you are suffering from a disease, you will appreciate his work. His ideas in this area will help you overcome your diseases. As I told you, both of them are focused on changing the state of being, which means it is of high importance, and whatever your desire is, you can achieve it by changing your inner world. I will show you a way you can do it. It will require some effort, but it will be worth it. I know many of you want something in your lives. It can be a partner for someone. It can be lots of money. It can be a bigger house. It can be fame. Whatever it is, it may appear remote to you. It feels distant to you because your present identity does not accept this idea as true. Now, what is identity? Every one of us has identified ourselves with something. We have identified ourselves with some specific set of assumptions. When we repeated a thought in our heads, it became an assumption. When this assumption was backed up by evidence, it became our belief. Similarly, there are many beliefs that have come together to form an identity. We created beliefs about ourselves that we were unlovable, weak, or failures in some areas, while in the other areas, we assumed ourselves to be the strongest, most powerful, and most lucky. These identities further made us act in a certain way, feel in a certain way, think in a certain way, and achieve certain results. I have heard many people say that I can manifest money, but manifesting a partner is not my cup of tea. I am unlucky in love, and my partner ghosts me. After listening to it, I know they are speaking the truth, but is it a fact for everyone else? I've known people who have had multiple relationships, and their ex-lovers still adore them. All this means is that there is something different about them. Well, their identities are different. Being unlucky in love is not a fact for them. And how do you think this became a fact for them? Well, they got repeated evidence, and how did they get it? Well, in the past, they might have played unconsciously with the assumption of being loved and lucky in love, which got some results for them. They stuck with those results, and the cycle repeated itself, developing this belief in them. This does not mean that those people are any better or worse than you. It simply means that they have identified themselves with it, and this has become their everyday life experience. For example, many of you here have identified with the concept of a conscious manifester, and how successful you are with it is based on your assumptions. You have identified yourself with everything in your life. The only thing you need to do is shift your identity, because when you do that, you automatically take actions and behave in a certain way. You need to adopt an identity of a person that has what you want, and you can do this by feeling its presence in the present moment. You can meet this identity of yours in your imagination. Imagination is the tool that will help you with this. I know some people find it hard to imagine, and I will tell you why. The core reason I observe this is that their body and minds are controlling them based on a specific program that is running within them. It may seem shocking to some, but the body and the mind are yours. You are neither your body nor your mind. These are the things that are to be operated by you. Many of you have identified yourself with the mind, but you are not your mind. You are something that is operating these bodies and minds. You are the consciousness, the awareness. In the past, you lived in a certain way and involved yourself in a certain routine, and now your body is automatically behaving in a certain way. You can change this, and I will show you how. Every day, just sit in a quiet room in a position that feels comfortable to you. Try this out when you are wasting your day scrolling mindlessly on social media. Assume you're lying in bed at 11, scrolling through social media. From today, at 11, sit on a chair and just stay there. Don't do anything but sit there. Now when you do it, you will notice your body will remind you of many things. It will start to persuade you that it is important to check social media. But you must sit there, and after a few minutes, your body will begin to feel uneasy because it was operating on a pattern that you are now disrupting. Your body and mind will start giving you reasons. Suddenly, they will remind you that it is of no use to sit here, you are wasting your time, and will give you countless reasons to make you stand up. But don't worry, because you are changing something within yourself. You are becoming conscious by doing this. You are making your mind and body realize that they are yours and that you are not your body or mind. As you do it every day, you interrupt that pattern and become more aware of your true self. You will realize that you identify with many things throughout the day that manifest in physical reality. Even in this present moment, You are identifying yourself with something. Every moment, you identify yourself with something, and that makes your personality. So, do this activity every day. Tell your mind and body that I will allow you to use the smartphone, eat that snack, and do those things only when I tell you to. Make your body and mind obey you, rather than you obeying them. It will be extremely easy to control your imagination and feel the state of having your wishes fulfilled once you arrive here. Some people can't assume the feeling of having their wish fulfilled because they are not operating their body is operating them. When you can't operate this single thing, how can you expect yourself to imagine yourself as a different version of yourself? If you are under the compulsion of your body will never let you feel different, as it is operating on a strict program. And coming out of that program feels scary to it. Now, I have given you a tool that you can use to realize your true nature. Some will get it, while others won't. But don't worry if you don't get it. This is not the only way to realize your true nature. I will share some other ways in the upcoming videos that will resonate with you. I hope it helped you a lot and you learned something wonderful. Subscribe because I post new videos regularly. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting.